my God. Welcome one, welcome all to the blockchain basement. Folks, I am so excited about the pain and mass destruction going on right now. I'm buying the blood. I got some great alpha coming for you on the show today in relevance to where I think this market is going. We're seeing some crazy stuff happening. We're also waiting on the Epstein list drop. I'm joined by my boy, Mr.
What's
Isaac.
up, everybody? How we doing today, dude? I'm
Dude.
so ready for that list to drop, man.
Our fingers are ready, arms weak, knees are heavy. So let's get into it here. Make sure you are following us on YouTube, folks, and also Twitter. Here's my Twitter account at Druth Crypto, of course. Got up to 6,300 subscribers as of now on the Twitter. Also on YouTubers here. We are at 74,500 subscribers. This is kind of crazy, Isaac. We are getting like 2.4 million views this month.
Yeah, so, I know. It just keeps going up. I looked at it this morning. I was like, oh, I can things now.
We cooking, baby. It's going well. So let's get into it, though. Where is the market at? Let's check out good old coin and market cap to see where things are sitting. Extreme fear, folks. This is my buying opportunity, my buying point right here. This is the fear falling into the extreme levels. This is why I am YOLOing in even more of my mined fiat capital currency into the crypto markets. I'll let you know what I picked up late last night in a haze of distress, excitement, and enjoyment of the market. But let's do a quick shout out and see who we got in the chat. I saw you guys were going nuts in here already. What do we got? Tommy Marin, Kyle Watts, the Deadwood, Snowboarder 237, Crypto Shock, Wispy, all of my homies here. Matthew, yes, Matthew King, we just started, brother. We're at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday through Friday, and then we go right after Discover Crypto on the Monday mornings there. So shout out to everyone. Thank you for joining me on the show today. It's been a trying time. Isaac, people are scared, bro. They're scared out there.
The market's bloody, man. I mean, I don't blame them for being scared. The fear and greed index is at 20. So, I mean, it's pretty scary out there.
This is where I've always talked about leaning into the fear, buying the fear up, and seeing this level right here. This is absolutely gorgeous for me. And look at this. We did not dip into extreme fear on the Japanese yen carry trade situation that brought us to $49,000 Bitcoin way back yonder. We are at those levels, the mass capitulation, while Bitcoin is still stumbling along. Honestly, things are looking pretty decent from my standpoint. We have all the macroeconomic factors, and we have beautiful things like this happening with the Texas Business and Commerce Committee passing a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill, advancing to the Senate floor. This is happening live time there. All while these, and most of the people that I think are kind of giving up on the market right now, they're heavily overinvested into meme coins, or they're putting all their eggs in one basket that really is kind of a high extreme risk realm. Meanwhile, things like this are happening. Texas Business and Commerce Committee moving forward with the Bitcoin Reserve Act. Also, quick highlight, Isaac, you got to let me know who and where we're banning, because I got the power built into the system today, baby.
The ban button is back, but I have a question about you. So Texas had it yesterday. Texas got the strategic Bitcoin reserve. We just talked about the potential of Georgia coming in next, or at least sometime soon, of being open to it. What is the next state to get the Bitcoin strategic reserve?
I'm going to be bullish on Georgia. I'm going to say Georgia's going to be the next one to move it forward. There is Florida also in my mind. It's either between Georgia and Florida as far as moving it to the Senate floor, but things are happening in more so it's the hardcore red states that I think are going to be the next followers behind Texas. The main thing that why Texas matters so much is this is the 7th or 8th biggest economy on the planet, right? So this is a chunk of change, Isaac. When we see the 8th biggest economy rolling out and moving this forward towards the Senate bill, it is happening right now. Absolutely crazy. DCA and Prey saying Arizona. Let me know in the chat what you think will be. Oh, and I love this
little chat display there.
Yeah, dude, bro. Yeah, hell yeah. Let me know in the chat what you think the next state to move forward and get their Bitcoin Reserve Act onto the Senate floor will be. because it's happened in live time. Yesterday we had Cynthia Loomis bringing the conversation to the main federal floor. It's not there yet in terms of voting on, but the conversation is happening. And we got some Ohio. That's great. You know what, kids?
Interesting.
The Wispy also thinks Ohio.
Morgan Powell says California.
Oh, get out of here with that.
Hold
on.
Do it.
Hold on.
Do it.
You are banned.
Crazy, bro.
Enjoy your California band. I love that. I love
that. Now let's see here. So we got Giovanni with the Bitcoin power law. He's behind some of the larger metrics of, where Bitcoin's likely to end up at the peak. He's got some pretty great insight here. It's a different cycle from the previous ones. The graph below showing that the daily return of averages over 1 year during the bull markets, it's pretty stable indicator that goes up almost relentlessly. Right now, we are correctly towards the P&L average return. That is the blue line. Let's zoom into this. And so the blue line right there, we're correcting right to that point as he's highlighting here. And this is usually occurring during a bear market, not a bull market. Okay, so this is something that it is pretty interesting to see. We did see this pull back, and obviously, that was kind of the March move, I believe, is what we're looking at there. But kind of an interesting design that changed to the overall market. And honestly, this is playing into my mindset that the 4-year cycle honestly might have changed in a very drastic way. I agree with TJ. TJ was talking on the basement or on the Discover show this morning, talking about an extension to the cycle. Now, looking at this metric in comparison with things like this happening with the largest economies on the planet moving towards a Bitcoin reserve, it is seeming more and more likely that the 4-year cycle has changed drastically. So just keep that in mind. What Ducey? What's not even a ban? Is he looking for one?
No, Crypto in My Veins was just asking if you get banned, do you lose your OG status? So I was just letting him know that it's just a 1-minute chat ban. It's not an actual ban. You don't get booted off the channel. Okay, so you don't lose anything.
I mean, a deportation can happen. Things can happen that way.
That can get you completely removed off the channel. Yes, you will lose it.
So we got this. This is crazy. Every Bitcoin major drawdown since the FTX bottom highlighted here. March of 2023, we had a downward move of 22%. June of 23, 20%. August, another 20%. January, 21%. You see, all these are generally in the low 20% ranges, with July of 24 coming in 26. August with a 30% correction. This current one that we're in is actually pretty substantial. It's a 25% correction. Let's check out just the general design. We're at 84,000 right now. Overall, that's way up there. Like, this is what people are freaking out about. Kind of hilarious, honestly. Like, the basement fam is not worried about this. Like, we started this channel, we're like, no, we're not going lower. I'm selling my neighbor's cats. I'm stealing copper. No, I'm just kidding. But I did everything I could to add as much capital as possible in this $17,000 range. This tis but a scratch, right? We're just literally barely scratched. I am not worried about it. What is this? What in the hell is going on over here? Oh
yeah,
my God.
I agree with that. It's full authority. I commend it. And with that, let's get some oysters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's Hannah, and you're deported.
I had to deport Kelly there just real quick.
Deport Kelly. I was on mute though, so
it is what it is. We had to deport him.
He agrees. he agrees to everything you just said. By the way, that's my point out there.
Yeah, I mean it's hilarious when people get shooken out by these short-term price movements, and this is also something that's playing into my surety of where the markets are going at large. It's the lettuce hands are selling their Bitcoin while these Bitcoin whales are accumulating at an insane rate. This is from George, Cryptos R Us. This is Bitcoin realized cap for new whales right here. Absolutely going parabolic. This is not a great meme coin. This is massive, massive new wallets and their accumulation pattern absolutely stacking to the rafters. So when everyone's sitting here freaking out about what's going on, just keep it in context of this graph. right? Things are happening at a very fast pace. There is really no need for this aggravation over the last few weeks, and people that were maybe over leveraged and just all in on Solana memes or memes in general. Sure, max pain. And here's the thing is you can't just throw a dart at all of these memes that have corrected to the downside and expect them to all return to all-time highs. That's not how this works. They had their moment. There will be some that do return, and they have to be very, very strong in terms of community, decentralization, all that, decentralized wallets rather, because it's damn near most of these are centralized into singular chains. But, you can't just throw a dart at the wall of these meme coins that have had this massive head bludgeoning and expect to become rich off of it. You cannot. Now, this is absolutely crazy to see this happen. Yesterday, after hours, NVIDIA soared after posting a record quarterly revenue of $39.3 billion, above the expectation, just barely, but well above. That's $1 billion overshoot, $1.3 billion. Expectations were at $38 billion. And now, just looking into this a little bit further, it crushed those expectations and solidified itself as the powerhouse of AI and semiconductor space. This is Disney Beach LV. Earnings per share, as we just covered, beat the estimates. The revenue also beat the estimate. This kind of outperformance isn't just a win, it's a testament to NVIDIA's long-term dominance. With AI demand surging, NVIDIA isn't slowing down anytime soon, and the double beat solidifies its leadership and feels even more growth ahead. NVIDIA continues to execute at the highest level. Long-term holders, this is absolute winning. Early signs of pointing to a nice forward guidance. Cheers to all of the NVIDIA crew. And this is just, I wanted to reiterate this because NVIDIA has come up against that massive FUD that came out with the DeepSeek thing. And, all these people are like, oh, you can make AI models for dirt cheap now. And I highly doubt that. That was probably just a gigantic short squeeze, or long squeeze rather. The inverse is probably some hedge fund in China that wanted to pay a team 20 million whatever dollars to come up with something that replicated it to the slightest degree with NVIDIA chips, mind you. And then DeepSeek shakes the market for a day or two, wipes off tons. I think we pulled back by $1 trillion on the markets at large when that happened. And now it's cooking back on up to the races from there. So where are we at in terms of Bitcoin dominance? We already covered that the Bitcoin graph, this is but a scratch, folks. This is really kind of a moment where, the weak will give up, the weak will die, and the strong will buy up the pain. This is a massive, massive pullback. This is something that, we haven't seen this level of a pullback on it. We did have something similar when we fell down to 49K. Let's give this a quick measurement here. This was the Japanese yen carry trade shock that hit the markets, 29% right there. This current pullback, we measure it from this momentary peak down to the bottom, really only a 17. The more fear is coming from the inauguration point. Everyone complaining about Trump being president, and we fell so far by about 25%. So when we're looking at Bitcoin dominance, this is what matters in terms of our altcoin bags. Here we go. So this is Matthew Hyland covering the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly, showing that there is a divergence here, and it is a bearish divergence. You have higher highs being set on the candles and lower highs being set on the RSI. Let's take a look at what it actually looks like on TradingView in terms of the daily, because the daily is showing something even juicier for our altcoin bags. This, in my humble opinion, is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a, more recent, strong high that is a scam wick, and then lower highs set by the candles to start chunking on the way down here. This looks like a double top. To me, this looks like a double top. This is on the daily. And again, we covered Matthew Hyland's coverage on the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly. This is the design of that pattern right now. And this is what's got the weak hands in altcoins absolutely shaken in their boots. Not really. I'm not sold that this is just going to be an up and to the right moment for Bitcoin dominance. This actually looks like it's about to pull back and start cooking on the way down. What do we got? Wispy personally would buy more Morpho or Arrow. Solid choice.
We had the super chat from Joey Crypto. Talk me into buying more Moonwell, increasing my small bag to a bigger bag, and that's where that personally I'd buy more Morpho or Arrow came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Moonwell is a project I definitely do hold in my portfolio. I have a much bigger bag of Aerodrome for sure, and a definite bigger bag of Morpho. The reason why I'm choosing Morpho over Moonwell for the size of the position is because it's kind of that chosen route for the Bitcoin lending on Coinbase. And I know a lot of Coinbase Bitcoin lending is going to be happening through Morpho, right? So that's kind of where the logic of overdoing the bag of Morpho compared to Moonwell. Now, when we look at Moonwell was just barely not chosen to be that chosen child to do the loans through, but Moonwell has a lot of good things going for it. It's a very useful system. It's got integrations of biz knowledge highlights with Moonwell and Morpho are integrated together. Moonwell, let's take a look at the graph to see if there is a major spot of opportunity here. So what do we got here? We got Moonwell at 2.8 cents. My buys are at 3 cents right now. So I'm not like thrilled. I am slightly down on this. It's a new position I kind of reallocated into. I had to get out of it. Like I started buying it at 6 cents and start to lose that 5 cent shelf. So I transferred it over to Arrow and Ondo. Now I saw this looking for a floor. Doesn't really seem like it's playing out as a floor as of the time right now. This is where we got to go hop on over to DeFi Llama. So Moonwell, let's check her out, see how she's doing on TVL. We got 127 million on locked. Definite pullback in terms of TVL, but let's see what the comparison is to the price pullback here. Let's see what we got. Huge discrepancy in the price to TVL right there. So that actually looks pretty damn good. It does look like there's still a good amount of value locked on this, especially in comparison to the price of the token. Not bad. I'm not shaken up by it. I do have a small bag just in case it goes great. But you know what? It is what it is. Like, I don't think at this point in the game, I'm kind of becoming laser focused on Ondo, Chainlink, Aerodrome. I mean, I even built a pretty good bag of ADA. I built a big bag of ADA. It is what it is. People, they don't like ADA because it's not as sexy as these new projects. I get it. I understand that. But I don't want to be shocked by Cardano again. Cardano shocked me last cycle. And I don't want to be shocked again without holding a damn bag. We got this question. Do you think Link will hit $150? You know what? I'm going to dive into that on tonight's video in the comparison of what just happened with Chainlink. I'm going to kind of edge the crowd here. I am releasing a deep dive into everything that just happened with Chainlink tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you stay tuned for that because I am a Chainlink maxi. Chainlink is right behind Ethereum and Bitcoin to me, as far as longevity in the market, use case in the market, and innovation to the market itself for what Chainlink is. Should it happen this cycle? Maybe. And there's definite potential of it. It does look like things are being cooked together in Washington over Chainlink. Things look very, very good in that regard. But we just have to stay based in our expectations. So here is the tech dev update on the markets at large. You keep looking for an end. The bears out there keep looking for an end. What about the start, right? What about the start? And this is just a great graph showing the overall market and where things are you have these settle down moments. Money flow starts to kick up and then absolute chaos begins. In general, a very similar design cycle over cycle. One thing I agree with TJ on, though, is that this does kind of see look at the length of this accumulation / sideways zone that this had moved in. I think that this is a little bit more of an extended market, and that's crazy to say, and maybe too bullish, but it does. I mean, we have all the macroeconomic factors going for us right now. We have Bitcoin reserves being talked about. Just because every single one of these meme coins got bludgeoned nearly to death doesn't mean that crypto is a scam. And people that are over leveraged in meme coins, they definitely found out. But for the large scape of things, I am in it for utility tokens and for seeing crypto truly change the world in a tangible way? It's starting to get that conversation piece at Washington, D.C., as we saw yesterday with some really namely projects. And people are going to be shocked when they, are basically left behind trying to chase these pump and dump schemes. Here's this guy found a way. If anyone doesn't follow Angry Cops, you're missing out. Okay. So he's found a way to solve male depression, folks. Let's have a listen.
I have a home gym, and I was able to get a space heater for the garage. And now whenever I'm done with the workout in the morning, I just kind of walk around my garage gym shirtless, checking on emails and just kind of like getting shit done like it's my office. And I think walking around shirtless in your heated garage gym may be the cure for male loneliness and depression.
I love this guy, bro. Everyone out there, please go follow Angry Cops, bro.
He might be onto something.
Yeah, no, he is always on to everything, man. This guy is an absolute G. And for everyone that's, you're getting shook out by these big market dips or anything like that, like, take a breath, step back, realize there's so much more going on in the world than our bags. I mean, our bags, they do great at times. They're very seasonal. Bitcoin is the place where we can store our value. Altcoins are great during alt season and very bad for majority of the rest of the time. So that's why I'm so excited to come to you with information about the altcoins in particular right now. As you see this market continue to progress, then the conversation is going to shift to more of exit strategy focus, because I am not one of those people that's going to try to ride Cardano in the next cycle. I'm not one of those people that's going to think everything is up and to the right only for these altcoins. I do emphasize that. Do not marry these altcoin bags. We get married to real estate, our beautiful wives, our Bitcoin, and we use altcoins to increase those holdings. So here we have something crazy going on. Gene Hackman, his wife, and their dog all died of natural causes at the exact same time, apparently. At the same time, Pam Bondi says that the Epstein files are about to be released. Asking ourselves, has suicide weekend begun? Protective custody, murder? Let me know what you guys think happened to Gene Hackman. Kind of a weird tale that, his wife and his dog all died of natural causes. Very, very interesting things happening here. And Pam Bondi's coming out with something pretty big today, Isaac. We're keeping an eye on that. What's the website that you're watching to get the drop of the information of the Epstein list first and foremost?
So if you know Unusual Whales on Twitter over here, I'll try to move over here. I don't know if it's going to pull up, but he has his newsletter, and he said he's going to be the first one to drop it, even though it's going to, come out at the exact same time as everybody else. But I'm stalking this like a hawk. And I'm waiting for this Epstein list to drop. And it says, his own newsletter on unusualwhales.com. So if you feel like checking that out, go ahead and do so.
Dropping the info, man. You gotta the info. And this is, I think it's going to be very crazy, because I think this is going to break a lot of people's paradigm of, what's going to happen. It could be carbon dioxide. That's a reasonable take.
Could be.
Potentially. That's a reasonable take. Let's have a listen to Pam Bondi talk about the release that we are looking out for coming today. Let's have a listen, folks.
You said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk. When can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. 200. So we have over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. But other than that, I think tomorrow, the personal information of victims. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information, but it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay.
So flight logs, visitor information potentially coming out. Looking forward to, I think that a lot of people say like, this doesn't matter and nothing's going to happen and stuff like that. I think that the veil of trust of people's past idols and icons is actually something that's pretty big to pay attention to. Like, we saw these same names that are likely going to be on this go after the current president. We've seen a lot of people try to tie the president into this whole mix over the past few years. I think that this list and the release of it matters quite a bit. So I am going to be watching out for that. Yeah, and wonder who's fleeing the country now. Over and under, Isaac, is Tom Hanks on the list? Do you think
I think Tom Hanks is on the list. I know Hillary Clinton's on the list. I know Joe Biden's on the list. They're all on it. I know,
dude.
It seems
what do you
crazy,
think?
but
is this where like meme coin people can look for like the next hottest pump fun meme? Like
that's
immediately after.
That's the first thing I thought of when I was like, oh, the Epstein list is gonna drop. I wonder what meme coins are gonna come out today. What's gonna be the ticker that's gonna make everybody rich and then everybody get instantly dumped on afterwards.
Jesus.
So
it's coming. I was talking to some buddies on Twitter last night. They're like, yeah, I'm looking around for the next meme coin. I was like, bro, just wait till the list comes out and then just trade that.
Every single person on that list is going to have a meme coin of their own.
Yeah. Here we go. We got this. Look at this. House Democrats are reportedly set to introduce a meme act, a bill that would ban public officials from issuing endorsements for meme coins like Trump. This is the Democrats proposed this, going after Trump for essentially what he did with, it's really going after any politician, their spouse, everything under this umbrella. They're trying to stop politicians from being able to launch or endorse meme coins. Now, Isaac, we remember Mike Collins. He got bludgeoned by holding Ski Mask Dog, right? He lost a lot of money holding Ski Mask Dog, but he made a lot of money with like Aerodrome and things like that. Mike Collins, a representative, I feel like he's one of us. Yeah. Do you think that we should block politicians from trading meme coins? Like, what's your opinion on this?
I mean, that's an interesting topic, to stop them from trading meme coins. I mean, Nancy Pelosi was, an inside trader this entire time, and they didn't do anything about that until Joe Biden had come out with this thing saying that you can't insider stock trade.
Right.
Will they push this forward? Possibly they will push it forward, and they won't let politicians and big names like Trump and Elon and all the people from stopping to buy and sell meme coins. Will it stop their teams from doing so? I don't think it'll stop their teams from doing so. So either way, if this gets pushed forward, I don't think it's going to really change the fact that they're going to be able to buy and sell these meme coins.
Right. And then in essence, I feel like the Democrats are going to fail with this move. I think that, the bigger thing, you nailed it. I mean, stop Nancy Pelosi from insider trading stocks on. She literally sets the laws of what's going to prosper in America and holds the bag of what's going to prosper before she passes the law. Exactly. That's like the more true and tried insider trading that I think we should be focused on rather than the crypto markets. And we also had some interesting movements. I mean, the SEC's been dropping cases left and right. We had this break right before we went live here. So we have the SEC ending the investigation into Consensus, parent company of MetaMask. They've also ended the investigation into OpenSea. So many different, lawsuits that were lingering, keeping their dark cloud over the crypto industry for so long. So that was nice to see. And we also have this: Trump dumping gasoline on the fire, put another 10% tariff onto China, just dropping bombs, one tariff at a time. Trump just cannot be stopped. I think this is additional to the previous 10% tariff that he put into place about a week ago. And there's been so many tariffs. It's, we wake up like, this is where like the crazy part about leverage trading this market is like when we wake up and we see headlines like this definitely does affect the market. It has nothing like the MACD and all those things. They matter less and less the more hyperbolic these news articles become. This, I don't think, is any way or shape or form about to slow down. And you know what? This is where like the season, like if I'm trading, I'm in and out, right? If I'm sitting here spot holding, I feel much more comfortable. And in spot holds, I want things that have true value. Now we have to dive in to what caused the major crash. Like in March of 2020, I saw what happened to the economy from COVID-1, right? The first COVID release. Now we see this. Mario shared this Wuhan lab working on COVID, the sequel, the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Yes, the lab is gearing up for new experiments on bat virus eerily similar to COVID-19. HKU5-COVID2 can already infect human cells and is related to the virus with a 30% fatality rate. Now researchers want to test it on humanized mice. What?
What the hell is humanized mice?
Hold on there.
That's interesting.
Humanized mice? Is these like human mice hybrids, bro? Like
that's interesting.
They're like 4 feet long with like they're smoking like, a vape.
I know, right? And they have these giant human faces on a rat or a mice body, whatever. I don't know. That just sounds weird.
Bro, oh my God. So Dr. Alina Chan, molecular biologist at the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard, called the plans ominous, warning that WIV's biosafety measures are a joke, yet they are playing with fire again. What could possibly go wrong? We need RFK. Better be loud about this one, RFK.
Oh, yeah.
He's leading the HSA, so, we need RFK to kick it into gear there on that and stop that from crushing the economy. Here's something that's going to, in my opinion, be absolutely awesome for altcoins, which is Solana ETF is now listed on the DTCC. So we see Solana ETFs moving towards a closer, tangible access to the traditional markets. And we also, I know this. I know the XRP ETF, it's going to get approved at a point. Maybe not this year. I think the XRP ETF is going to be approved. Cardano's got an ETF that's likely to be approved. Litecoin, Avalanche, Chainlink, like the list goes on. But more so, I think that the more effective ETFs that are going to be out there are going to be baskets of the top cryptocurrencies. And you know what? ETFs are very powerful if they are in that index structure. My wife has been talking to me and showing me some very, very interesting insurance ETFs as well on the traditional market side. I am of the opinion insurance is going to continue upwards and to the right over the next few years as inflation continues to go out of the control of central banks. They have to print to save their way out of it and things. This is a collapse up. This is where holding Bitcoin, holding gold, holding real estate, holding things of tangible value is going to outpace holding fiat currency. Oh my God, probably spy mice.
Yeah.
New world disorder, bro.
I need you to do something for me real quick, though, Drew.
What's that?
Hit the ban button for me.
Oh,
please.
okay. Yeah,
oh, yeah. Hey, Sack
right.
Nasty. Guess what?
You are banned.
Out of my chat for 1 minute.
Good
He said a humanized mice is just going to be called Isaac. So, get banned.
Oh my God, this is just the best chat. It's the finest place on the internet here. I'll share this screen too. We have just so much news to get through. I'm glad we're able to punch through it so fast here. So FBI has confirmed North Korea is indeed responsible for that $1.5 billion Bybit crypto hack. Kim Jong-il knew that something was coming to the markets, and that something Kim Jong-il knew was coming is indeed this, folks. So here's the deal. The ETF for Ethereum is been acknowledged to allow staking for Ethereum. I've been talking to insiders within Wall Street, and I can't name names, but these guys are connected. They were talking about the Ethereum ETF that allows staking is going to be the real nitrous oxide for altcoin markets and for the broader interest in Wall Street wanting to get into these Ethereum ETFs. Sure, they exist right now, but if you can just get Bitcoin and Ethereum, sure, if you can get into Ethereum, but you can't stake the Ethereum through the ETF, that was the big hiccup there. I think that what we're going to see is a staked Ethereum ETF be a massive, massive catalyst for particularly the altcoin market. And that Ethereum ETF being staked is likely where we're going to end up seeing that Bitcoin dominance fall off of a cliff, that time frame that we're all looking for our altcoin bags to really, really start moving. So that is something key to keep an eye out for. Now, we got so much stuff to cover. So Pump.Fun, this is happening right live before our eyes. Pump Fun trending to zero at an insane speed. The graduating token numbers are imploding. Last month, there was 24,000 graduating tokens. This month, 11,000. But if you zoom in, over the last week, 2,100. And this week, 517. Jeez. Yesterday, 186 tokens graduated. Now, this is just the general graph of the movement of this. But there's a great comment in here. 0.3% of the creators on Pump.Fun are responsible for 20% of all the tokens created. There's a highly concentrated pool of Pump.Fun token creators that are making up a big majority of all of these tokens that you see flying out there. So just keep that in mind. Please, for the love of God, don't lose your life savings on either leverage trading. Like, I mean, I remember there's this one guy came in here, he's yelling at because his brother like put his life savings onto a leveraged long right before the market crashed. Like, please, for the love of God, don't do that. Like, if you are trading, trade with us on BTCC. We have a link down in the description. You get some great bonuses. They have a great trading competition. I showed the details of on the live stream yesterday. You can go in there and win a Tesla, Cybertruck, Rolex watches, trips to Token 2049 in Singapore. They are giving out a lot of cool prizes. So make sure to take advantage of it. I think we've got about 20 days left in that. It's all volume based. So go get signed up, get trading. But in that trading, don't utilize more than, I'm going in there with like 1%, maybe 2% of the portfolio. 2% if I'm like very convicted on the market movement. You cannot go expose your entire portfolio to a leverage trade. You will get wrecked. The exchanges out there, like we've seen with Binance stop loss hunting, they will find you and they will kill you. So please, for the love of God, be careful out there. Keep your stops safe, because it can be fun and you can get great upside if you see a lot of confluence of the markets, but please don't overexpose yourself. And you know what? Like I talk about, and we have great exchange partners. We have BTCC, we have 2Bit, we have even a link for CoinW and Blowfin. But you know what? I go in there, I buy the spot. If I'm not leverage trading with that 1 or 2% of the portfolio, I am buying the spot and I'm sending it straight to my finger gets cut off, but an Arculus cold storage wallet. Arculus cold storage wallet, man. That is where it's at. Cold storage is king, especially when you see what happened at Bybit, right? $1.5 billion wiped off. Now it's sent to Kim Jong-il. He's got his own Ethereum reserve. He's thanking everyone that left their crypto on the exchange. So we have ETH Denver going on right now. I've seen a lot of jokes about what are they doing in ETH Denver, just some cult mass Kool-Aid event. But here's some takeaways from it. Here we go. So let's take a look at this. Key takeaways from ETH Denver. AI agents are at 1% of their potential. Some hopium for you there, Isaac. People really focus on fundamentals and revenue. Events feel empty compared to DevCon. Cato and Barachain and Story have the highest mind share currently, and Apps mind share is rising, but the infrastructure still rules. So with that, I do want to go check out, I want to check out like AI XBT. I want to check out Graphane to see what these charts are looking like right now. They're talking about just 1% of the, utility being used of these things so far. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. So AI XBT does not look bad.
Nope. This
actually looks damn good. Okay. So there's AI XBT. I don't think this thing's, I think there's actual utility. I think people are liking using it. Where is Graphane at, though, Isaac? This is where things might get crazy there.
It might get a little crazy. We're at a $61 million market cap, up 3% on the day, almost 4%.
Okay.
So on the month, ugly. On the 7-day, still ugly.
Yeah.
The year, even uglier, but it's okay.
It's trying to bounce. It's trying to bounce. What if I go YOLO into this?
And it moons.
And you would just hate it. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I hold a substantial amount of Graphane.
You are heavily overexposed to
very
Graphane.
I have more, to put it in perspective, I have more Graphane than I have Drift.
Bro.
So, yeah. And I have a lot of Drift. So
Drift is actually looking like a good buy point right now too.
It's still in the what?
60,
60,
let's pull up your
70
computer here. Let's pull up your computer here.
So still at just under a $200 million market cap. It's still it's a great buy point. It's under $1 and above my original buy point. It's a great buy for me, and I know a bunch of you other people who hold Drift would say the exact same thing.
Go to the pull up something else on it. I want to see go to the year, because there's a lesson to be learned here. So here's what happened. Okay, so Isaac got in on Drift way earlier than I did. He was like 26 cents or
right down here, 25 cents.
So I got in at like 60 cents. I completely got out at 220.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't show it on here, so it shows a little lower than
it was there, baby.
$2, but it was up.
Yeah, no, he hit 260 that night, and everyone was going nuts in the Discord and talking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just selling it. I'm just, I'm walking away for a minute. When you get a 3 or 4x overnight, here's the moral of the story.
Take your profits.
Yes. If you are sitting there staring at your coin market cap, watching this one particular altcoin just moon while everything else is flat, and you've made a 3 or 4x in the span of 12 hours, for the love of God, take profits. Nobody goes poor taking profits. Nothing can, if you're sitting there adding value to your bags and you're getting out when it's insanely high, you can't go wrong. Like, this is a baseline rule that I have. And it works out more times than not, because we'll see these massive pumps, sells from, savages like myself. And then they see the price reset and they just build the bag on up. And overall, the TVL, Isaac, do you want to pull up in the background? Go to DeFi Llama. Let's give a TVL view of Drift, because I think that there is some action there. Still, man, this lore between you and Coins Chick has just, I don't know if I got to stop it or keep it going.
Let it ride with the fire of youth.
Oh my God.
All right. I have the Drift TVL
let's
put up on DeFi Llama. And again, there is so much upside. We looked, what was the coin you looked at earlier? This looks like identical to the TVL.
I think it was Moonwell. It was Moonwell.
Yes, it was. You were looking at Moonwell. It looks like the identical chart right here. You have the price all the way down here, and the TVL still cooking up towards the top. It hasn't really had a fall off yet. There's about 1 billion tokens locked still. There's still major upside, in my opinion, and that's why I'm going to continue to hold and continue to build my bags of Drift. This is one of my higher conviction plays, and I'm not going to sell until, not until we reach above close to $2 again.
I like it. Based, you got to grow them based here in the basement, folks. Now, we got some stuff about Avalanche and Sonic I got to cover here. Okay, so we're getting into it. We're getting into the weeds of all the new blockchains, and kind of this is where I've seen a lot of migration to out of Solana. Like, Solana is kind of sad right now. I think Solana's going to be fine. It's got AI and all those AI agent things. It's just going to take some time for the resurgence, but I've seen the flock flee to Sonic and Avalanche here. So we got to cover this stuff. This matters a lot. I have the ecosystem plays on Avalanche already, but I've been snooping around. I'll share this screen. So what do we got here? Yeah, whatever. Get out of here. Easy Eats Bodega. So I'm just going to say this. Do y'all remember how hard Solana ran when everyone needed Solana for meme coins? There is currently an ecosystem with extremely hyped pre-sales, and there is no lie. These pre-sales are going absolutely bananas in this ecosystem, in which people are going to be buying these coins to launch the capture upside. The underlying asset, in theory, should rise because of the demand from many new market participants. It is indeed the red Dorito chain. And he's referring to Chainlink, or not Chainlink, Avalanche. So this is kind of interesting. On top of that, with all those pre-sales and these, even NFTs on Avalanche are going berserk right now. We have this from George. Avalanche launched a Visa card, kind of a cool integration. The card enables you to spend AVAX, USDT, and USDC for transactions at any merchant accepting Visa. Crypto is being cooked into the mainstream in the background while no one, the cycle's over. And we have Ondo hooked up with MasterCard yesterday. Yeah. Avalanche hooking up with Visa today. It's incredible the amount of integration that's happening right now. And I want to get to this comment. Matt B, as soon as TJ is back in the office and I can get in front of his trading bot, I think I'm actually going to go with TJ's trading bot, because the other one, it's been kind of difficult to get that one integrated with BTCC, and I want it to integrate into the exchanges we already have, because they have some ones that kind of block American users. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure American users get access to this thing. So I'm waiting till that integration happens. But now we're going to look at Sonic. Okay. So Sonic has had quite a bit of inflows into it that I've seen. And here is what's going on. So Poppy, end of Epoch 5 on the shadow on Sonic of Sonic Labs. And Sonic Labs is kind of the DeFi spot happening for Sonic on the Underscope. And Sonic used to be known as the Phantom, just rebranded, but fees are at all-time highs. Small TVL pullback due to market conditions, a rebase at all-time highs of 125%. Sonic and Barra chains are the only ones in the green TVL flow. Sonic took 13th place in front of Hyperliquid, which is a major move, and Shadow, still the top one protocol in revenue. Very, very important stuff to take a look at. And this is a great post from The Alchemist. Not The Alchemist that everyone knows that I was on the space with, a different Alchemist. Gonna just leave this here. Shadow, if it currently had the market cap of Aerodrome, would be $2,231. Okay, so this is a very, very undervalued in terms of comparison to Aerodrome Shadow. And I was sitting late up last night, and I did add Aero to the portfolio, but I am going to actually be swapping the just a little bit of currently existing projects into the Sonic ecosystem so I can get some access, just a little bit of a risk play to this Shadow ecosystem, because it looks like it's growing very, very heavily, very fastly, and I want to get some of that. And now Morpho introduced pre-liquidations as well. Open source smart contract factory that enabled applications built on top of Morpho to offer borrowers an opt-in loan management feature, such as auto deleveraging and auto close. This is the TJ and me were talking about this, and TJ on the Discover stream and me on here, is that this Morpho design has better use case and better knobs to turn for people that can shut down the loans and avoid mass liquidations, thus stopping the contagion that we saw happen in previous protocols. So I think that is what the edge was of why Coinbase went with Morpho. It all makes sense if you look at the underside of what's within it. And finally, we have this great news. Ondo TVL hit an all-time high of $921 billion. Holy cow. Okay, so $921 billion, nearly $1 trillion. Looks like each week it's hitting new all-time highs. Ondo adoption happening very, very quickly, yet the price is still very, very cheap. So we're going to hop on over to CoinMarketCap. Ondo is a great, just in general, when people ask me, like, what's got value? What's going to be good? What's a good buy level? It's pretty simple. Ondo, Arrow, Morpho, Chainlink. Okay, and then the risky stuff, the stuff that looks like it's bubbling within AVAX and Sonic ecosystem. That's what I'm seeing right now. Ondo is at 97 cents as of the time of this recording. Let's hop on over to DeFi Llama to see what the data is looking like currently for Ondo Finance. So yeah, and I think he mistyped his 921 million. That's be absolutely crazy. I was like, I had to double check that because it's not nearly $1 trillion. Like, that'd be way higher, but nearly $1 billion in total value locked. And look at that. The TVL is just absolutely going parabolic to the upside. Meanwhile, the price all the way down here at just under $1. So it's a great time to be stacking good things. Overall, the portfolio taking a little bit. We'll take just a quick glimpse. Since everyone's here live, they're watching live, I may as well show you what I'm doing here. Plume doing great for me, 9% on the day. Constellation up 8%. Jupiter, I'm still holding up 8.3%. Morpho with a solid 6.7%. The Arena, nice. This is the SocialFi ecosystem token within Avalanche, up 6.5%. Pi token, because I'm a psychopath and I'm going to keep holding it to the moon. Pi token is at $2.63, up 3.2% on the day. $22 on Avalanche. Ondo sitting there. It's up 3%, but honestly very viable. Chainlink at $15.31. ASI still hold a little bit of this. Cardano flatline. XRP flatline. Moonwell slightly down. Ethereum constantly down. God. You know what? An Aerodrome. This, I saw a strong pullback, and I had to get Aerodrome since it was near 60 cents. Wink still holding that. Honestly, not doing too bad. Even with an 18% pullback, I'm still feeling good about Wink there. So now I got to look at this. This is how my thoughts are on Ethereum. I saw this in the DC chat. I had to post it. If you can't handle Ethereum at negative 40% pullbacks, then you don't deserve it. At a plus 2% upswing there. So that's all it is there. What a day. What a time. The Max Fear, I love it. Honestly, this is the seasons that I'm buying. Isaac, it was absolutely awesome having you on the show today. And shout out to everyone in the
Appreciate you
chat,
having me.
bro. We were able to ban people. Look
Exactly.
at how much money is actually within these protocols. What's the movement? What's the play? Where are the crypto migrations moving to? That's what it's all about. You got to keep in mind, people they say they're maxis about Solana until Solana is down only. And then they find things that are upside. Solana will have its day when AI starts cooking back up to the upside. Just stay patient. Shout out to First VA Rifleman, Tommy Marin, David Middleton, Multiverse Destroyer, Oren Finkel, Eduardo Aramor, all these people, Daniel Villarreal, all the cool names. Appreciate every single one of you. Kyle Watts up in here. Love and appreciate you, man. I appreciate everyone that wants to try to change their life financially by leaning in and finding the best things. And if you want to, protect your assets, make sure to use cold storage. We have a great deal. Code base 10, capital B. Click the link in our description and take advantage of the ability to become your own bank with an Arculus cold storage wallet. It is a very easy system to use. It's not like a ledger where you feel like you're doing nuclear codes. And you know what? I gotta kick Nick Dunn out of here.
You are banned.
Get out of here,
baby.
Nick. Unreal. Appreciate and love every single one of you out there. And until next time, I bid you adieu. Everyone, just stay based. Don't be so worried about everything. Breathe. It's going to be fine. Peace out.